Okay, so we're going to do a recording of our Transcript Express tool. This is smartpandatools.com. It's our website. I'm going to do a quick introduction here. If you go to smartpandatools.com and go into the transfer section, this talks about all of our transfer tools. We've been working on transfer credit for a couple of years. And now you want to try to automate as much as possible bringing transcript data into your system. But you'll always have some element of manual entry of transcripts. And so Transcript Express is our tool that accelerates manual entry. And customers that use Transcript Express say it more than doubles the time, the speed with which they can enter transcripts manually. So we're going to show you how we do that. I'm going to go into the tool now, and this is what Transcript Express looks like. We're going to show you how we shave time off of entering transcripts. One way that we do that is through the operator defaults. So these are my operator defaults for Transcript Express, and you can see that we've defaulted a lot of things here. All kinds of transcript related fields can be defaulted, and also transfer credit fields. So one thing Transcript Express does, if your security allows you to, you can not only enter a transcript, but then you can also award credit to the student, and we speed up that whole process. So let's go into the page. To enter a transcript for a student, all you have to have is a student ID and an external org ID. So let's find a student, and we're going to use Swarthmore College, which is 10013 here. And so we have a transcript that we're manually entering for Shante Pintal from Swarthmore College. So and you can see a lot of things have already defaulted in. We're going to go ahead and say that we received this transcript yesterday. Transcript date was August 1st. And we want to get as quickly as possible entering courses in this grid here, because the bulk of the data entry is going to be the enrollments in the courses the student took. So let's say in 2018, we have a history course. If Shante took a history course, let's say World War I, and that's already a course in our table, our external course table, then the title will also default in, saving me keystrokes. But let's say that she took a course and I can also enter multiple rows in my grid, which also saves me time. But let's say she took a math course. Let's say it's Math 101, and so you can see that also defaults into my table because we already had Math 101 in our database, in our external course database. But let's say she took a Math 102. Let's go ahead and give that a grade. Let's say that she took a Math 102 that does not exist in our database, and so let's say that's geometry. Now, one of the things that we do with Transcript Express is we added something called our autopilot mode, which allows me to add courses to my course table on the fly. So let's go ahead and say I want to add geometry to my Swarthmore external course table. I'm going to do that right now. And you can see right there that we added Math 102 to our external course table. And so you say, well, what does that mean? If I go out and show you my transfer course table in my external education pages, let's go into campus community, into my organization data, and you'll see my school course classification for Swarthmore. If I look at math, there's the geometry course that we added with one click of a button. So our motto is don't touch any course more than once. So once you've entered it, go ahead and save it into your course table on the fly. Let's go back to Transcript Express. We're going to save this. We're going to save this, and then we're going to push to external ed. So one way that we save time with Transcript Express is one single click to push courses to external education. We can sit here and enter more courses and click push to external ed again and again. We can also come back into the page and enter additional transcripts we might get from Swarthmore College over time. So these are the ways that we're shaving time off of just rapidly entering transcripts. Then, as I mentioned, once I'm done entering the transcript, I can also, if my security allows, I can create a course model for my student. And you can see now that for my student Shante Pental, when we click that button, Transcript Express launched a model, created it, and clicked Fetch in one button click. So you can see that when we did that, it also, by clicking Fetch, if you have your rules built, then you also automatically award the credit, and you're almost done processing this student. But we found some courses that we do not have rules for, and this is what I want to show you, how we also accelerate with Transcript Express. We also accelerate awarding credit. So let's say for Math 101, we are not sure what to award Shante for that course. So what we can do is we use some buttons that we've added to the page. One of those is Load History. So we can see, look backwards in time. We don't have a rule for Math 101, but we may already have students that have taken that and been awarded credit. So by clicking Load History, I can look back and see students already from Swarthmore who I've already awarded Math 101 credit to them. And I could just go ahead and pull that same course into the page. So you could see there, the Load History allows me, even without rules, to go ahead and fetch from my own previous credit. But let's blank that out, and let's show you another usage of Load History, which is this batch mode. So I can select rows in the grid and click Load History, and it's going to literally loop through my grid, find the missing courses, and load it in. So it's telling me we found a match, looking at my own history, and here's the student ID, and it's going to go ahead and load this into the page. So again, you can use, with the Load History, you can use your own previous course credits as a way to load into additional students without having rules. But now we've identified historically what we want to grant that student. Oh, and by the way, we also have a query history. So if you might have a lot of students who previously took Math 101 and got credit, and so by clicking Query History, I can see that list, and I could download that and study that, because I might want to take a closer look at the students who have already been awarded credit for that course. So, but let's go back now. Let's say we also want to create a rule so that we don't have to do this manually again. So we can actually call RuleMaker real time on the fly from my Transfer Course Credits Automated page. If I click Build Rules, now I'm calling our other product, RuleMaker, real time, and you can see that it is looping through and creating a rule on the fly for my Math 101. So if I click Fetch again, you'll see that now it found a rule because I just built that rule on the fly. So that's the power of Transcript Express. There's a couple of other functions that I want to show you related to this. One is the an analytical tool. We bundle our product Query Executive with our Transcript Express so that I can examine my, in an interactive mode, I can examine my transfer tables. In this case, I'm examining external course in an interactive mode. So let's say I want to see using Query Executive, I want to see every student from Swarthmore. So let's find Swarthmore. We're going to clear my selections, and we're going to go ahead and filter down on Swarthmore, and we want to see every school subject and every school course number from Swarthmore already in my course file. And you can see that I can do these kind of analytics very rapidly, and I can even drill down. So looking at Math 101, I already have 9 students from Swarthmore with that course, and I can even drill down and see who they are. So Query Executive will let me drill down to the raw data and see who those students are who already have Math 101 from Swarthmore. There's the list right there. So that's how we bundle this with Transcript Express. And then the other tool to give you a quick teaser on is Equate. Equate allows a freestanding rule set separate that supplements the delivered transfer rules. So I don't have a rule for Math 102, but let's say I want to quickly build one using Equate. I can click Open Equate. It launches a new window, and I can very rapidly build rules. So for Swarthmore College, I have a flattened rule page, and I can quickly say Math 102. That's geometry. I'm going to equate that to, let's find a reasonable math course. We'll just say topology. And I'm just going to save that. So with a few keystrokes, I've created a rule in my equate system, and then I should be able to click equate and loop through and find a match. You see, I found that match, and it's going to load that into the table, as you can see. So I can fetch and call my delivered rules, or I can use equate, which is my more simplified flattened rules, together to more as quickly as possible award this credit to the students. Okay, that's a really quick overview of Transcript Express. You can find out more on our website or contact us, and we'll be happy to do demos.